Morning. Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Okay,
All right. We are live. How you doing? How you doing this evening?
I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Yeah, this is my main man right here. This is a very, very special day. This is a very special interview today. We got we got community activists, right? We got dad, most importantly, right?
True indeed.
We got entrepreneur. What we talking about today though? What we gonna talk about today? What brought you to where we are today? How we meet? First of all,
Uh,
that's the most important thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you was both.
true indeed. Um, Man, my best friend, yo, my brother. You and my brother work together, and once my brother vouched for somebody, I'll never take his word for granted. You know what I mean? Because I know how we are as a team. So if he vouched for somebody, I stand behind my brother 10 toes. And been rocking ever since, bro. And I'm just appreciate the fact that you definitely been included in the around the circle ever since you've been introduced. So all love this way, G.
Salute the Big Reese, man. Salute the Big Reese, man. Hopefully he catch this. Hopefully we see him pop up in the live.
True
Um,
indeed. I did send the link out, so hopefully the team on as well.
Yeah, so do I. So did I. So did I. So how you doing for real? How you doing like today? Like with this energy right here, we football Sunday. How you doing for real today?
First of all, fuck this football Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I feel so lame right now sitting in the seat. I'm talking about I tagged the most talk shit in people today because we played their Buccaneers, right? I just knew, you know what I mean, my Vikings gonna get in, handle shit today. I get a phone call from one of my bros. He's like, yeah, bro, don't talk too quick. Look at the score. I'm like, yo, ain't no way we up, like down 10-7. I mean, it's light work. You know what I mean? We'll give them a little 7 point lead. Man, I look up, the final say 20-17. I'm like, oh, nah, bro. Hell
Man,
nah.
so
Yeah,
what
bro, I've been
happened?
ducking phone calls ever since the end of that game, man. Fuck the beginning of this damn season. I'm ready to push. I'm ready to go watch rugby or something.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. All right, let's get into some of the meat and potatoes of the situation we got going on. We want to talk about first we want to talk about your entrepreneurship. You know what I'm saying, as far as like the block and how y'all started it and what y'all got going on today.
Okay. Man, the block came about, bro, because I was sitting up. I used to work at the hospital. I used to do late night shifts in the hospital. I was a CNA working on from 11 p to 7 a. And so one night, like I was just talking to like the security guard, I was like, man, it got to be more than life than just working for other people. He was like, hell, take what you love to do and make something out of it. I'm like, all right, you know what I mean? Because everybody tell you that shit. So at that time, I couldn't really think of nothing. And I could just so happen scrolling on Facebook one day, and I had seen where like the people from uptown Lexington, like the actual workers, had made like a video of Lexington. And I was like, nah, yo, like they telling it from their point of view, but I want to tell it from my point of view because my point of view, Lexington ain't never looked like that to me. You know what I'm saying? So, but I was like, you know what? I'm tired of black people being stereotyped every time they jump on camera. So what can I do to keep it close to home and do what I love, but at the same time give us a different picture instead of all these glorifying, like crime stories, gun stories, you know what I mean? Shit that ain't never bring us no peaceful meaning anyway. It was just a means of how we survived growing up. But fast forward, I was like, you know what? It's a lot of people that I grew up with in the projects and around Lexington, you know what I mean, that's doing big things out here in this world. So let me shed some light on them. And so the first thing I could think about was let me bring the music scene of Lexington to everybody across the world.
Okay. So your story, like what you saw other people, how you got inspiration from looking at how other people depicted Lexington in their stories or whatever.
Yeah, true. Um, everybody got a story to tell, bro. You know what I mean? And it all depends on how you get that person to tell that story. So when I was watching the situation when what they did from the employees from the city of Lexington do, and I was like, yeah, okay, that's cool, but you know, I know some stories that definitely will pique everybody's interest. You know what I mean? So growing up, I was heavy into the music scene, man. It's like I used to think that either I was gonna make it rapping or I was gonna make it behind the scenes. Either way, you know what I mean, my name like rung some bells in the music scene. So I was like, let me see if I can reach out to a couple of people I used to rap with in battle against and see how they feeling this, like if I just throw it out there in the right way. And then to my luck, bro, the shit took off. Um, and when it took off, I actually like didn't wasn't expecting it to take off like I did. But I definitely got shot my boy out, Donald, aka Pumpkin, and my homegirl Frida K. They was like the ones that had seen me with my shirt. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't even thinking about selling my shit, but they seen me with it on. It was like, yo, bro, where you get that shirt from? I was letting them know this was something for my brand. And they was like, well, shit, let me get one. And I really didn't pay no attention to it until they just started becoming a repetitive question.
Yeah, true, true, true. And with that being said, like how did your entrepreneur mind transform into a more of a putting into the community and fighting for what are you protesting for as far as your protests and stuff you got going on?
So after I got into my car wreck, I was sitting in the hospital, and every time I reached out to somebody for an interview, for the show, they kept telling me, "Nah, get better. Nah, I'm waiting for you to heal up. Nah, I'm waiting on you to heal up." And so I kind of got in my feelings a little bit because it was like, you know, I was doing great, but here I am in a fucking hospital fighting for my life and still trying to do interviews. And so I was like, you know what, we got to find something out. And bro, to be real with you, I was just scrolling through Facebook and it was an ad to say, don't you think your coworkers deserve 15 hours or more? I mean, $15 or more. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, true. And shout out to my sister Shakisha because she definitely like recruited me into this world. And so it was like the entrepreneur stuff fire stopped burning, and then the community activist work started burning. So it was like once I jumped into that, bro, it was like something I never done before. It was enticing. So I'm like, okay, I get to be a rebel and I get paid for it. And I get to really like professionally, you know what I mean, talk my shit the way I want to, as long as I'm doing it professionally and getting people to see stuff the way that it's supposed to be. So not was like they're blinding their eyes. So my first one was like doing union work. So what I did was like go inside the restaurants, talk to workers that was getting low wages, that was also in poverty. You know what I mean? And some of the stories that you heard from some of these workers made you want to go back to work that next day and save more people or as I like to joke around and say it like freedom from the matrix because when you're working with like people who's dealing with low wages, people get this misconception that low wage jobs is don't deserve like it's not a trade job, or they act like that job is beneath them, and that shit pisses me off because if it wasn't for fast food workers, whenever you need to pull over and grab something to eat because you're hungry, none of that would happen. You know what I mean? So it's like my job was to get the world to see just because it's a job of somebody sweeping up the trash off the side of the road. Just imagine if that person wasn't there, how much trash will accumulate because you're not going to stop and get out the car. Hey, let me pick up these couple of pieces of trash for $2 an hour. You know what I mean? So that was my purpose was to bring light, and so that's what we was basically protesting about, bro. Just basically common human dignity.
True, true. So, what kind of feedback did you get whenever you went out there and protest? Was you getting a lot of negative feedback or a lot of positive feedback?
Honestly, bro, a little bit of both. You know what I mean? You get it from both. The positive feedback is from people that you out there with day in and day out, really thugging that shit out with. That is not an easy job, bro. Like you really putting your life on the line to make sure a bill get passed for the sake of somebody that you don't even know. Um, and that's like when the negativity stuff come in because you actually do got companies that spending like tens of millions of dollars to stop union, and they call it union busting. You know what I mean? Where they are literally spending like all this money to implant people inside of your campaign or implant people to do things like to wear your shirt. Like they can easily like crop your like a slogan off your shirt off of social media, put it on their shirt, you know what I mean, put on whatever and make your organization look bad. So it definitely was like a gift and a curse working with this stuff because like the positive, like I said, come from people that you out there in the field with. The negative comes for those people that was always told unions or people who do community activists was like basically bad people because they're trying to stop something that's putting food on their table. So it's definitely like a moment where you have to your mind, body, and soul have to be in tune and in one while doing it because you can easily get distracted with the BS that comes behind it.
So has anything like have y'all have any bad run-ins with like any authorities or anything like that?
Yeah. Um, my first actual action, my first actual protest was when we was in this place called Reeverville, which is outside of Asheville, North Carolina. I'm up in the mountains. And it was a group of teenagers, man, great teenagers, man, great group of kids. That was out there protesting because one of the Wendy's managers was doing some foul shit at night to these kids. And instead of this Wendy's firing them, they would only move this manager to like another district to make it seem like out of sight, out of mind type shit, and act like they really fired him until somebody pull up and be like, wait, weren't you just at the store the other day? And then somebody found that employee, you know what I mean? So basically they found out that that's what they was doing to him. So while we out there protesting, you know, a bunch of police got out on a, you know what I mean, y'all need to get the fuck away type shit. Like y'all ain't got no right to be XYZ. Wendy said if y'all walk in their parking lot or whatever, you got the right to get arrested. You know what I mean? Even with the permits. Like some of those
What?
police just really hopped out and like and be quick to really like reach for their tool, bro. And that shit. That's why I say I'll be trying to like when you do this, it's not just a bunch of people just raising some picket fences, bro, and going crazy. Like these people, I've literally stood beside people that would die just to really see somebody they don't even fucking know live better or you know what I mean, get this bill signed so they can get a couple more dollars at their jobs. Like that's why I say this shit is not easy at all, bro. It's not easy at all. And the police do definitely make sure they be some assholes, and they definitely do be on the wrong time, wrong shit. But you got some police officers, you know, as long as you're respecting the rules, ain't crazy, ain't doing nothing obscene, because you got the right to protest. That's your God given right.
And you think, because you know, police. I feel like police are one of the people that's grossly underpaid too. You know, I would think
Mm-hmm.
that you had the support of the police officer. You know, considering the fact that, in my mind, like the risk of their job does not, and the pay does, it's not even, it does not quantify it at all. So I would assume that you had the full support of the police. That's kind of
Well,
crazy.
it's not that we don't got the full support of the police, but you got to understand like some of this stuff that we're doing is making their higher ups look bad. It's
What is?
not them that it's not them that's mad at us because some of them, like I said, some of them really you can tell like if they, you know what I mean, wasn't on the clock, they would be out there with us because they would be like our brigade kind of like they'll be the ones that's like literally making sure that the cars are stopping and making sure we get across the street. Like we had a lot of them that was in our crowd, but because they was in uniform, you know what I mean? Because like you really do got to tiptoe around this stuff as much as it is crazy because as illegal as it is, a bunch of businesses frown on it, so it makes it look like it's illegal to be represented by something outside of what your job stands for. So not all law enforcement was against us, not all of them. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
okay,
I'm just gonna
okay.
keep it a band with you, bro. You know, I don't want to sit here, and I'm not gonna sit here and make it seem like they was fuck you what we're doing now. It was just like you know the ones that like they belong in Mississippi and not North
Yeah, yeah,
Carolina.
yeah, yeah.
Those is the ones that was on some, you know, if you don't get off my sidewalk, you know what I mean, then we're gonna have to put handcuffs on you, shit like that.
True. Oh, yeah. So whenever you out there, do you take your family, or is it just something that you just keep? You know, because it's kind.
No, actually, bro, it's some like see that's one thing I love about what we do, bro, because it's family oriented. You know what I mean? Like, of course, I'm not going to take them to like an aggressive as protest. You know what I mean? Like, if I know that we're going to like a rally about police brutality or molestation, you know what I mean? Like, motherfucker who overstepped their boundaries, I would not take my daughter nowhere near there But what I did do, Asheville was holding a rally for my body, my right, around the time where all that abortion law and stuff was going on, which is still going on. Like it's
Yeah,
never
yeah.
stopped, but it was just like at the height of it. Asheville was holding a rally, and I was like, this is a perfect time to show my daughter what I do for a living. Like it's a perfect time for my daughter to see women not only of black but white, Mexican, Asian, all standing together with the common black woman to stand up against tyranny. You know what I mean? And when she got there, bro, it was like one of the most beautiful things ever because it was. It seemed like almost every parent had that same idea, was to bring their kid to show them what it was like to stand in unity. So my daughter was standing there with like 4 or 5 other young ladies that she literally just met when we walked up, and the mom came over, introduced herself, gave me her number. It was like, listen, I'm gonna walk them a couple of like yards up to make sure don't nobody say nothing to them. Like it was like, as soon as my daughter got there, it was like she became a part of her family because everybody knew it was there for one cause.
All right, yeah, true. So, all right, ever since you swap hats from your entrepreneurship to the you got into you put your freedom fighter hat on. You know what was one of them things you learned? Because I'm assuming that you was younger when you was dealing with the music and stuff. You
Yeah.
so what have you learned about yourself from then to now that helped build the man that you are today?
Then I was in survival mode, bro. Music was my outlet. A lot of people didn't know a bunch of shit that I was going through because I kept a lot of shit to myself. So music was like my outlet, or just going to a show. I'm not gonna say out like we had record labels or nothing. I think we did it more for like a competitive sport thing than actually trying to make something like a living out of it. Because like I grew up around some heavy ass spitters, including my brother Reese. You know what I mean? Um, and it was like, so I transitioned from that shit, and then it was like I got into like professional mode. It's like when I became a single parent, is when I got into like professional mode. So it was like, putting on all these hats till now. It's like I was selfish back then, but now I rely to. I more understand that I have to rely on the team to actually conquer stuff or get ahead in life. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah,
can honestly say that was like the big difference between then and now. Then and now, I was more selfish then, but now I'm more patient and understand that it takes more than one hand to get your dream accomplished.
yeah, okay, oh yeah, because you gotta, because the amount of compassion it take to go out there and protest for somebody else, and then
Mm-hmm.
because then to take your children out there, to take your daughter out there to protest, you a man protesting for women's rights. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of thing right there is one of them put your money where your mouth is type deals, because when you out here on this internet, you got guys just it's this like quiet war against the black woman versus the black man. So it speaks volumes for a brother to be out there fighting with his daughter out there. That's some great stuff right there, big dog.
But it actually teaches you how to respect a woman more too. Because like I mean, outside of our spouses and our daughters and our moms, that's why a lot of men are quick to fire off on women the way they are. You know what I mean? Because those are the only 3 women that he respect. So it's like, you gotta understand, bro, my daughter is involved in this shit too. You know what I mean? Us standing out there chanting with them, I was standing out there for my child. And I got a sister and nieces, you know what I mean? So it's like I have to be present for all of them. It's time for us to like stop acting like these black women don't need protecting the way they do. You ain't gotta go out there and kill a motherfucker to protect the black woman. What I'm doing is more powerful than a gun. A voice is way more powerful than a gun. You know what I mean? When you got 100 people shouting the same thing, they listen. That's real, bro.
Yeah, that's some real stuff, man. That's some real stuff. When you out there and you protest, do you make many friends out there? Is it something that,
Oh man,
you know?
actually, bro, you do. Um, and we call them comrades. You know what I mean? Because we know we on the same war and in the same goal. I got some people in Asheville right now that if I call on them, their doors is wide open. And if it wasn't for what I was doing now, I would have never met them. Because you see some out there, you like, ain't no way they fighting for black people cause. And come to find out, they actually going harder than some of the other black people that's out there. And they sincere with it. Um, so like you meet people that you definitely never would thought that you would be entwined with, but you do.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. On a lighter note, I see your team took an L today, and mine didn't. We went out there and we actually took care of business. I was expecting y'all to win. What do you think the season gonna look like for y'all? Honest opinion. It's hard to tell
Honest
because it's the first
opinion,
game, but honest opinion.
nah, bro. Honest opinion. When they took away the running game from us, it was kind of hard to shadow what they really want to do with Justin Jefferson. You know what I mean? There's no way you could take away your ammo and expect to still use your gun. Even though bro got off, you know what I mean? But him not scoring definitely was the difference between a win and a loss today. Now, if we would have had a potent running game, you know what I mean? He probably wouldn't have scored, but we damn sure wouldn't have lost by 3.
At least y'all ain't get whooped though. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, to me, fuck that, my nigga. We actually allowed fucking Baker Mayfield to look like he was out there mid-season Brad Favre style. Okay,
But
he was.
offline yesterday, you and I talked about this. We talked
We
about
did.
this offline, and I did say you get to Baker Mayfield's. Baker Mayfield can be good Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So I
True.
mean, he looked pretty
And,
good
and
out there, bro.
no, and I really want to be wrong because I told you also I gotta agree with that because I also said too, like you seen when Carolina Panthers gave him like 2 weeks at count and he came out and won that following game. You know what I mean? So he had like the whole summer to learn under that bullshit ass Buccaneers. So oh god, I can't believe we lost today, G. Anyway, nah, bro. Nah, now I'm saying dumb it out loud, bro. It's like, hey, man. You know what I mean? Like, Double J can't do it by himself, bro. Now, you know what I mean? Now he got to, and then on top of that, they want to pay my boy his money. Like, he wasn't out
Mm-mm.
there last season putting up all-star numbers. Like, he wasn't, you know what I mean? The reason why they was relevant last season. Now he talking about he got to wait till the end of the season. That, man, when people start acting like they funny with your money, then you ain't finna go to work and not that hard. You know what I mean?
Well, what can we expect from you next though? Like, all right, because we talked.
Um,
Go ahead.
no, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I'm about to say we talked, right? And I told you
Mm-hmm.
whenever if I hit big on this, I'm gonna double back because of how you responded to this first interview. You know what I'm saying? And I respect that and I salute that 120%. You know what I'm
Of
saying?
course. Of course.
What could we expect from you with the double back?
With the double bag, I'm definitely doing a new lunch. I sent you some of this stuff over. You know what I mean? I'm getting ready to do a new lunch. Starting like probably after my birthday, bro. I got a dope line coming up. It's the Phantom 5 line. This is the line I'm paying homage to my brothers for. You know what I mean? Um, my brothers being Maurice, Mark, Steve, and Brian. You know what I mean? Like that was my squad in high school, and we still together today. Like we've been from the sandbox to now. You know what I mean?
That's dope.
Um, so I was like, I just want to pay homage to the team, bro. And like the reason why I kept it as the Phantoms because Phantoms represent death and love. That's why I have the roses, and that's why I have the skull. You know what I mean? I just love my niggas to death. You know what I mean? And plus, it was like a lot of shit that we had to overcome to get where we at today. You know what I mean?
True,
So.
true. That's a fact. That's a fact. Well, thank you, brother. Thank you for coming up here. Thank you for interviewing with me. You know what I'm saying? We definitely gonna come back. As you can see on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, everybody, his information is down there at the bottom. It's been scrolling the whole entire time we've been having this conversation. Don't forget to hate, like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at hustleshome.com. Thank you and salute, man. Salute to you, big dog.
Already,
I
already,
definitely will
bro.
hit you back up.
All right, peace.
Peace.